The Bleeding Burgundy Podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans, by fans. With your host, Jessy, Martin.
What are you talking about? You're out of your mind.
John Taylor.
We finally got professional football back. This is going to be fun.
Scott Hartley.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Max Taylor.
As long as you got Jaden Daniels, you got a chance to win.
Spanning the eras of Washington football. Honoring the past. Commanding the future. And now, the world's worst podcast host, John Taylor.
What is going on, everybody? This is the world's best podcast host. I'm giving y'all a break from the world's worst podcast host. I am Jesse Martin, here with my mate from across the water. It is Halloween, and everything's getting a little spooky out here. And yeah, we're getting ready, getting you riled up for the Commanders versus Seahawks, and a must-win game. Man, it's a code red. It is freaking code red. Our buddy Scott Hartley, how you doing, man?
Just to throw John off, you pressed the button just as I was about to speak. I love it, Jesse. That was amazing. That was comedy timing, just like John. Yeah, all good, mate. All good this side of the pond. No issues. I'm going to take my mask off for the first time this year because it's Halloween. I normally wear it anyway.
That's a little too scary there, buddy.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, all good my end. And you're right, it is a code red game. It is a absolute must win. You're attending this one, aren't you, as well?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. So yeah, it'd be good to get yourself over there. Deluxe, thanks for being with us, mate. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks, Deluxe. And to start off, I do want to put it out in the ether. I have 2 tickets, lower bowl, fantastic seats for a fantastic price. You're not going to find them any cheaper. I'm talking about like $150 cheaper than what you see online. Hit me up for the Lions game. Just send me a DM. Super cheap, great seats. Go and have a good time against the Lions. So now that's gone.
You're sitting exactly the same spot as we were. You're 2 rows behind where we sat for the Giants game. Yeah. So these are, I can vouch for that. These are brilliant seats, to be fair.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. We have it's a big game, big game that's coming up. I don't think. We need to mince words here. We gotta have this.
Yeah, absolutely. We certainly do. It's as you said, Jesse. It's code red game. This, and yeah, we've got a lot to get right. But unfortunately, it's a hard get right game, as we're probably going to get into.
Yeah, it's tough. Seattle's coming in town. They are. I don't think many expected for Seattle to be as good as they are. But they're freaking pretty damn good. We have Blockhead doing his thing. You know, I guess it took some time for him to really get, the ghost gone, so to speak. But they're flying high. They're 5-2. They got number 2 DVOA overall team in the league. They have the number 3 defense. They have like the best run defense in the entire league, and they got a guy JSN Jackson Smith. Wow. I'm sorry, I'm scared for out because good teams can't stop him. Really good defenses cannot stop him. He is on pace for a record, going to break Calvin Johnson's receiving record. He's already got 800 yards. It's halfway through the season, and he's already got over 800 yards. What are we talking about here?
I think Clint Kubiak over there in that offense turned up and decided, hang on a minute, what he's seeing like slot receiver position, and no, hang on, we need to put him on the outside. This is the guy who got 300 yards in one game in college, and they've stuck to that, and he's had a fantastic season so far, and it's going to be very, very tough to stop Jackson Smith and Jigba no matter what you do going into this game. He's 150 yards in receptions, more than any other wide receiver in the NFL at the minute. it's just crazy.
Yeah, it is, and we got a tall task ahead of us. So let's start off with our injury report. You got that pulled up?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. So injury report as it stands from today, Terry McLaurin is out, which we heard on Wednesday from Dan Quinn's press conference, and then confirmed today. Colson Yankoff, tight end, is also out. Limited participants today were John Bates with an ankle injury, Jason Newton with an ankle injury, and Larry Tunsil was also limited with a hamstring. They are all questionable for the game. Good news is Jaden Daniels has been a full participant Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and is a go for the game. Matt Gay, the kicker, is back as well. He was full practice today, so no issues there. Javon Kinlaw was full today, full on Wednesday, and only limited on Thursday. So he looks likely to go. Bobby Wagner has a thumb injury, but he's full participant all week. He's also had that thumb injury last week, so I think this is a lingering thing that he's got going on there. And that's the injury report from our side. I haven't seen Seattle's injury report yet.
Yeah, I don't think Seattle has too many injuries, to be honest. But I think they're coming in, they're pretty daggone healthy, and we'll get to the recon here in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to talk about focus on our team, and one player in particular is Mr. Terry McLaurin. This is getting a little worrisome, I guess. Had the issues in the offseason, obviously, winning big, obviously top of the tier wide receiver, so to speak, money, and he held out all camp long. Finally comes in, signs the original deal that was offered to him. Peters didn't budge, gets hurt second game of the season, and is out 4 games. Comes back, albeit Jaden wasn't the quarterback, but he still had a Terry type of game. Okay,
yep.
Some big catches, and that's what he does. Terry doesn't have these big 7-catch, 150-yard type games, 3 touchdowns or anything like that. He had 2 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. Albeit those 2 catches were great catches, and we need that. We need that receiver that can take the top off, even if he doesn't do it on a regular basis. But now that he's injured again, how do we fill his spot? Because this offense runs better when you do have that threat on the outside, and when he is out, we have not looked the same.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. It is an absolute shame, the injury bug. And no matter what side of the ball, it's hit us in 2 really solid spots. And one is obviously defensive end, and the other one being wide receiver that's killed us pretty much this entire season so far. When you're running and Chris Moore is your wide receiver 2, it is a struggle, to be honest with you. They've said it was a quad initially with Terry, but it looked more like a sports hernia, and then he's now gone back again. I mean, from what they said in the game, it was a quad injury coming out of it, and now it seems to be some sort of a hernia again. They're not really telling us, obviously, what it is, and that's fair enough.
I think it's a pulled quad, man. I don't think a hernia has anything to do with it. Quad is, I guess, part of your core muscles. I've had it with Terry. I'm not going to mince words too much.
Okay.
This whole offseason really soured me. I mean, I wasn't his biggest. Yeah. Okay, don't get me wrong. I like Terry. I love that he was on his team, but how he handled this offseason really, really bothered me. And the fact that during his injury, he never talked. He wasn't on IR, but he hid from everybody. Seems to be the same case again. This year, it's like he's still pouting from what happened this offseason. And I'm sorry, I was hoping that we trade him, especially if we lose this game. If we lose this game, we're probably going to, be out. And I think some moves to be made because we got to prepare for the future. And it's obvious that Terry is not part of this future, especially with the 2-year contract that essentially it was a 1-year extension that he signed. Okay. And if you're not part of the future, we need to get assets for the future. which we are very limited on, especially, top 100 picks. We've got 2 of them this coming off season.
Yeah, I think going into the trade deadline, which I'm certain we'll get into, we could be staring at the barrel of 3 and 7, and that's when the trade deadline comes around, and then I think you're instant sellers then, because you got to recoup kind of what you've sown in trading picks for Lattimore and Tunsil. Now Lattimore is also apparently a trade target, whether that is a thing or isn't a thing, and it's just internet rumors. It could well just be internet rumors, but the rest of the assets that we have on this team, we don't really have a great deal that is almost sellable. And that's part of the problem that we've had this season, Jesse, is when the starters have gone down with injuries, the depth has shown up. And unfortunately, it's just been one of them where it's shown up. And we're joined by John. Hello, John.
Well, look who it is.
Hello.
Look who it is. The world's worst podcast host himself has crashed the show and decided to come on.
That's right. Now the world's worst podcast guest. And I'm being a piss poor guest here in this lousy Airbnb that I'm sitting in up in Toronto right now. But we will get to that. I just wanted to stop in and say hello and say have a great show.
Hello.
And go Commanders. And basically say we need pass rush this week. We need pass rush this week. We need pass rush this week.
We need it. I'm not sure if we're going to get it, but we absolutely need it. John Taman is absolutely 100% right. We got to be able to get to the quarterback to even have a chance of winning. Jaden's going to have his best game of the season, and this game is going to be on Jaden. If you've paid attention to the Seahawks, and I was listening to the radio like I do, I 100% and 10%. Anybody listens to Kevin Sheehan, he is 1,000% right. You cannot run the ball against the Seattle Seahawks. They are too good up front. The best teams in the league have not been able to run against the Seattle Seahawks. So Jaden's going to have to put his cape on and have one of those Jaden type games. And we haven't really seen it. We saw a little bit of that against the Chargers. But he's to win this game, he's got to put the cape on. He's got to strap his shoes up and be Superman. That's what it's going to take to beat this team. Because this team is super. The Seahawks, I think they can win the Super Bowl. I think they're the best team in the NFC right now.
Scott G says there, John. Scott G says, John, are you going to Game 6 if you're in Toronto?
No, I'd like to though, man. That would be great. That would be great. But they're like $10,000 a ticket to get in there. I think the Blue Jays are winning the World Series, so there's that.
Yeah.
I kind of hope that they do win it tonight, because then I will go downtown to the party. That'll be fun.
That would be awesome.
On Halloween too. Yeah, that would be cool.
That really, really would. I went for the Nats down there, and it was fucking amazing. Amazing.
It's effing cold up here right now, man. It's winter. Winter sucks.
Adrian Adrian has wrote us a novel. And John, if you have a few minutes, I would like to let me pull this up and go. We can hit some of the points that he was making. Let me start here. Adrian from Canada, old friend of Mr. John Bang Taman.
Yeah.
Did anyone have a Bobby Wagner interception versus Kansas City on their bingo card?
No, absolutely not.
I didn't have it.
No.
I didn't figure he'd get an interception all year long. That's not really what he does. We don't like to see him in coverage. But like to see him on the line, chasing running backs and laying the quarterback out. So I think we all agree with you. He further on, he goes, I thought his age, he was a liability in coverage, and has as much value in coverage as a Roomba. We definitely agree with that. So I know Rice left him for dead in the fourth quarter, TD, but I don't know many middle linebackers that can cover a guy like that. And you're absolutely right. Old middle linebackers getting interception, even if it's a lucky bounce, gives this mean old bastard hopes. I mean, I thought there was definitely some good highs on the defense last week. They showed out at least in the first half. And if you listen to us last week, or if you listen to us Tuesday, it was a tale of two halves. But
Yeah.
You can't keep Pat Mahomes down for long. He's going to get his, and I think
Yeah.
our offense is what let us down, against KC more than our defense did. And I really hope we're going to need our defense to come out like that and play 4 quarters like that if we want a chance to win against the Seahawks.
100%. I mean, Sam Darnold, if I'm remembering my stat correctly, leads the league in air yards per pass. They're going downfield, and they're going downfield in a hurry. Jackson Smith-Njigba is on fire. I mean, literally, you can see him from an airplane.
He's on pace to shatter the record. He's on pace to shatter the record.
So the pass rush has to get there. It has to get home. It has to keep Darnold off his spot. The thing is, they can run the ball too. They've got 2 very good running backs. They're good at stretching it out. They're good at stopping the run. It's going to be a tough game. But like you said on Tuesday, slightly encouraged by what we saw in the first half last week. So
I was. I still am encouraged of what we saw. I absolutely am. Is it going to be enough? Probably not. But I still am encouraged.
Well, you get Jaden out there, and I'm sorry to jump on you, Scott. You get Jaden out there, and you make these stops. You get these 4th down stops. You get a turnover or 2, and he can put points up rather than give it right back. And get a 4th down stop and that kind of thing. Well, at least we hope so. Anyway, I'm not the host today, so go ahead.
And to that point, now I want to throw it to Scott, see what he thinks about that. Sometimes we had trouble. Everybody. I said it earlier, John. I don't know if you're listening. I don't think we're going to be able to run against this team at all.
No, they're very good.
Yeah, but what we need to do is we need to get that first down in the series. In our possessions. And I think Cliff is at his best, and everything opens up once we get that first down. We go 3 and out, and you keep going 3 and out, it's going to be over. But after that first down, it gives everybody confidence, and then Cliff can get in his bag, and maybe we'll be able to run a little bit. But I think if we try to run, I think it's going to be. It's going to be.
You can't just abandon it. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what we saw against the Packers. We ran the ball 12 times with our running backs, 8 times with Eckler and 4 times with Bill. And no matter what, whether they stop it or not, you can't just say, all right, we're not going to do it anymore and put Jaden back there in an empty backfield and shotgun, because then they just pin their ears back. They know what's coming every time. So you got to at least try it. You got to slam it up in there somewhat. And, you might not get a first down with it, but that's why you pass on 2nd or 3rd down. That's why you do it. But you don't just say, all right, we're going to go out and throw 50 times and hope to get away with that.
I think that's kind of what's going to have to come down to. We're just not going to be able to run. We're just not going to run. Like I said before, Jade's going to have to put the cape on. It's going to have to be one of those primo games of his, and he's going to have to do it with his legs and with his arms, because I just don't see it. We have a couple little nagging injuries that we're not 100% sure on Tunsil. He's questionable. He did practice, I think, today or yesterday. But with beat up offensive line, we got injuries all over the place. We have our number 1 receiver out. It's like, what do you do? You're gonna have to. Jaden's gonna have to put everybody on his back and be a master out there.
Have you run
Burris says, what in the yeah, we have already. Burris said, what's the multiverse is happening? John looks like he's in prison. Hartley's background looked like he's sat in an IKEA, and Jesse is hosting. Yeah, you're not wrong. John.
Well, I'll tell you what. I guarantee you, most of the people
under house arrest.
Right. I guarantee most of the people that are listening to the show right now are probably going, "Dang." Once they shut the world's worst podcast host up from being a podcast host, this show goes rather well. So, yes. You can't abandon the run. You were talking about Bobby Wagner a minute ago, and it's unfortunate that he's in the position he's in. And you see fans, and fans are stupid. Fans are just stupider than shit. They want to throw him out with the bathwater and all that. But the fact of the matter is, he's a tackling machine. He can stop the run like almost nobody else, and nobody else that we have. There you go. And he also is excellent rushing the passer. So you can't just say we can't put this guy on the field. The problem is putting him on the field, and the offense sees it and goes, okay, well, we're gonna motion him into some coverage and burn the shit out of him. So I'm not sure what the answer is there. Maybe Scotty Hartman knows.
I mean, looking at it, this is one of the stats that I've pulled out of it. I mean, Bill, we've got to keep going to Bill, not necessarily to him, but to the running backs as a committee, as we've talked about before. Do you know we've had 168 yards out of our running backs on handoffs from the QB since week 6.
That's terrible. It. I want to see more McNichols. McNichols is a rough son of a gun.
And Rodriguez, either or. Bruising running backs, run them down. We've got to keep trying to do that, and then it's going to be tough to do. It's going to be very tough to do.
It's been tough because we've been so hurt at wide receiver. We're out. Our wide receiver ones are practice squad fucking receivers. So teams can pin their ears back and load the box and go one-on-one, play man-to-man, and it makes it easy. That it makes Cliff's job that much fucking harder. And it just is. We are a beat up team, and you can only do so much with that.
It's true, and I can't stand it.
He says, football question: if and when we don't make the playoffs, whose head rolls and why?
Nobody's.
There doesn't have to be any heads rolling.
Yeah, and other than maybe Joe Witt.
Witt, that's the only person I can think of. Yeah.
I mean,
right?
Purcell ain't going anywhere. It'd be stupid.
No. Well, yeah. I mean, nobody's going to survive injuries on this level. They're just not. And I mean, you're going to tell me that we've gotten our starting quarterback has missed 4 games. Our starting best wide receiver has played 3 games. So, and you've got our best edge setting rusher, our best pass rusher gone. We got our starting safety gone. There's other guys all over the place that are just gone. And this is a reality in the NFL for all of you people that don't pay attention to this stuff and think that, everybody else can do it. No, they can't. You can't survive this. It's just that simple. We hope.
Oh, John's
or what they are. And when you have this much injury, go ahead.
No. You were just breaking up just a little bit. Can you rewind like 5?
Okay.
5 seconds.
Yeah. It's basically bottom line. Nobody's surviving injuries like this, and we're going to try, obviously, and we can still go out there and be somewhat competitive. But you got to recognize what they've been doing to put together an offense. You think they want to go out there with Chris Moore? Shit, no.
Yeah.
You think they want to have Robbie Chosen coming out there to start? No.
We've currently got 9 players, John, on the IR.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So we've got 9 players on the IR right now. At the worst, which was 2 weeks ago, we had 11.
Yeah.
We haven't even mentioned Austin Eckler as well.
Right.
There's a big key piece out of the backfield that we've lost as well. Will Harris is starting to come back. I heard that today that Will Harris has been at practice on the sideline. He's not opened his window yet. I think we've got till the Lions game to look at trying to do something then. But he's not far away, and obviously they've got Dorrance Armstrong's had surgery yesterday. I saw that on his Instagram, and Dietrich Wise is back in the building, just trying to mentor people. So you need these people around. You do need them around to at least give the support to the team. But the injury bug's just been horrendous, and I think everyone's kind of forgetting that this is year 2 of the Peters and Quinn regime. Now, we've always sat here and said we're always 2 years away from being 2 years away, in the perpetual motion of it will get better at someday. We got lightning in a bottle last year, and, we realized,
that thought is we have the quarterback. So that is the number one problem. And going back to Andy's point, this NFL, someone's paying the price with or without injury. That's not necessarily true. In fact, that we just went to the NFC Championship last year. The leash is very, very fucking long. I mean, look at San Francisco, for instance. Man, they had a fucking poor year last year, but guess what?
Yep.
Nobody got fired because they had like 17 people on injured reserve last year.
I think the only person
very similar to how this season is going for us.
I think the only person they moved on from was the coordinator to obviously bring back in the Robert Saleh.
And you would do that anyway, yeah.
That coordinator somewhere is defensive coordinator somewhere else. Going down to Don at Don
What's up, Don?
8236. If Seattle plays their game, I'm afraid Commanders don't really have an answer. JSN is otherworldly. McDonald's defense
Agreed.
is elite, but any given Sunday. Listen,
Right,
nobody
right.
has had an answer for JSN. They've played the elite defenses, and nobody can cover Jackson Smith and Jigba. Nobody can. He's going to get his. He's probably going to have 150 yards. Just saying, because he's been doing that to everybody this year. Everybody. Yep. And guess what? Everybody's going to flip out. Fucking Lattimore. Well, guess what, man? So is the best fucking cornerbacks in the league give up to JSN. It's going to happen, but we're just going to have to try to mitigate the other stuff because we know somebody's going to get theirs, and it's going to be Jackson Smith and Jigba.
That's why, to me, the big key is the pass rush. You got to get to Darnold. You got to get to him. It's simple as that. And then if you can do that, then everything else falls.
Darnold can still be the Sam Darnold that we know. He will give up the ball. He will have brain farts, and he will see fucking ghosts. But you got to get to him first. Got to get to him.
Do you want to get to man on a mission then, or are you going to do?
In 1 second, I just had one about the injuries, and that would be Kinlaw. I never heard what the prognosis was.
He's full go. He's full go.
Full go. Okay, good.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, the battle plan. What does this team need to do to pull out this must win? I mean, we're on the brink, guys, and we got to win this game. No Terry McLaurin. These are mounting up. What do we got to do to win this game?
Well, if you're going to me first, Jesse, the way to run is try an attempt to establish the run. That's the first point. Find pass rush somehow, some way to get to Sam Darnold and put him off his stride so you can't get Jackson Smith and Jigba free for the explosive plays. Try to limit the explosive plays. And then the final thing we've got to do is we just got to match them score for score. We've got to go down. We've got to be aggressive like we were against Kansas City, play on fourth down. I think this is another game where we're going to have to go for it more than we normally would go for it, and treat it as if you haven't got Matt Gay back there.
You always go for it.
Been relatively solid. Treat it like we did last week, as if you haven't got a kicker. Just keep going because that's the only thing. We have to have sevens rather than threes in this game.
John?
Even if you come off with 3, you got to come off with something. You can't go down there and give it up on fourth down. You can't go down there and have an interception. Like we said before, like Jesse, you said last week or Tuesday, I've been encouraged by how the defense played on Monday night, at least in the first half. And then after, I want to see some punts. Make them punt, all right? Forcing them off the field by stopping them on a fourth down is great. Or getting a lucky bounce on an interception is fantastic. But you got to start to be able to get those 3 and outs. You got to start to be able to force a team to have to get out there and punt so that Jalen Lane can boot it out of bounds at the 2-yard line or whatever he feels like doing at the time. So, but you got to. You can't just hope that you can stay score for score. I know we say that every week, but because it's an unfortunate reality, that's what we have to do. To me, battle plan, pass rush must happen, and I'm heading for dinner. So peace, everybody. I will see you Tuesday, and I'll talk to you guys Sunday night while we're watching the game. Hey, everybody.
Right,
hey,
enjoy.
Nice to see you, brother. Go Blue Jays.
Safe travels back.
Yeah,
thank you.
I'm going to be the opposite of you and some people on our chat. I do not want to waste. If it's not working, don't fucking do it. Okay, because Seattle is the best in the league at stopping the run. No one's been able to run this team, and you waste downs. You have a man under center that is magical. Use him. If we need to try to establish a run with Jaden, but don't waste downs because we got to score. We are the number 2 team. No, number 1, either number 1 or number 2 team in the red zone. Okay, but we got to get there. We got to get there.
Do you think you want to see more under center than from JD rather than in pistol?
I want to see what I'd rather, because JD's never been comfortable under center. I want JD as comfortable as possible. I want JD to be able to see the field as much as he can, and if it's better for him in the pistol, because we can run in out of the pistol. We absolutely have. This is This is a chance for Jaden to have one of his games. Every game this year, has been okay. Let me rewind. We've wasted against Chicago. That should have been
Absolutely
a win. Okay, we wasted a chance against Dallas. In my opinion, that should have been a win. We had chances. We cannot sit on our ass and try to establish something that most likely is not going to fucking work. Jaden's got to put this shit on his back and have something up, have a magical game, and that's just what's got to happen, because I have zero faith that we're going to have to that we're going to be able to run the ball. Zero, because they're going to stack the box. They're going to have Debo is going to be able to get his, or Ertz has to get involved. Bates and even Sennett. I want to see all three of our tight ends to have a big game.
Yeah, agreed. I couldn't agree more with you. So does that lead us on seamlessly into man on a mission then?
Absolutely.
So Jesse, you just said there, tight end. Who is your man on a mission?
Yeah, my man on a mission is Zach Ertz.
We've got it.
You have to have a humongous game. Help your quarterback out. I know we're not going to be able to run the ball on this team. So no Terry. Debo's still probably a little hobbly. Hopefully he's getting more healthy. Zach Ertz has got to have a big game and stop having dick hands and catch the fucking football.
Agreed. I mean, one more I would go with is we need to continually see the trajectory going upwards of Jacob Martin. I mean, he had a great game again last week. Yeah. He's got a step up. We need that pass rush ability from somewhere. And I watched parts of the All-22 back, and Luva was kind of spying almost, but he's not good down at edge. It doesn't look the part.
He's not big enough, man. He's not big enough. He's not big enough to be able to take on them big ass tackles in this league. I mean, he's got the athleticism to do that, but I just think he just kind of gets swallowed up, and he's not big enough to do that. You know, going to go a little. Oh, sorry. Seattle. Number 2 DVOA in the entire league. One of the best defense, run defense in the entire league. They got Jackson Smith and Jigba. This year, he's the best wide receiver in the league. And then you got blockhead Sam Darnold, who, since he's been in the Kyle Shanahan system, he was using that system with Minnesota. Yeah. They run the Shanahan system out there. He's been great. He's been absolutely great.
San Francisco, I think he did, didn't he? He was the backup.
Backup
before he went to Minnesota.
Yeah. So we got to try to limit that and cause a mistake. And if we can cause them to have some mistakes, and we can't shoot ourselves in the foot, not against a team like this.
Well, yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, for me, I'm looking at who's out there now outside.
You've muted yourself. Somehow, some way.
Apologies. Now I'm terrible. I just went on the table and it came out. So just saying, outside of Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's got 4 TDs and 819 yards, he's 6 yards ahead of every other wide receiver in the league. There isn't much there. There's Cooper Kupp, who's obviously on a downward spiral a little bit, but he's still a good receiver. And then outside of that, they've got no real names at receiver. So if you can try and keep Smith and Jigba quiet, we'll see. But
I think we need Sanders, still Lattimore, and Amos on Smith and Jigba the whole entire game, and then maybe we can stop. Maybe we can stop them. Probably not, though. Probably not.
Don't disagree with you at all.
Do we win this game?
It's a really tough one, and I don't even know myself yet what I want to say. Whether we do win it or we don't win it. Yes, we do. We squeak it by a field goal. I'm going for it. What says you?
Fuck no, man. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Shit.
No. All right.
We're not gonna get boat raced. I think it's gonna be close, and I do think it's gonna be
I think it should be a good game.
game.
And I do, like I've been saying, I think the defense is going to play a little bit better. I think they dumbed it down. They put some more speed out there. I think that was hurting us too previous season. It was good to see Tyler Owens out there, even though he made a couple mistakes, but he's a young player. Get Jordan McGee more involved. And, Sam Darnold's not Patrick Mahomes. Okay. He's not.
That's true. He's not. And we've seen Sam Darnold struggle in the past, which we know happens. But as you said, he is making it. He's playing well ever since that minute. I mean, Minnesota right now are acting stupid. They're thinking to themselves, "Wow, what could have been?" Because they're left with JJ McCarthy, who, in my opinion, I really don't think they're trusting yet. So, and Sam Darnold's done a good job. We've got to give him his props. When we were talking the other week about reclamation projects at quarterback, who could it be? Who would you have? He's definitely out there as one of them. You know what I mean? That isn't seeing ghosts anymore, but somehow we've got to try and make him see ghosts, or someone like Sam Still's got to have the game of his life, and we've got to have takeaways.
I 100% disagree with this.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that close.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a 24-27 type game. I mean, people forget we can still put up points. I think that there was other issues on why we only scored 7 points last week. Okay, and we have Jaden under center. We're going to score some points in this game, and I don't think they're fucking. If Kansas City didn't put up 50 points on us, there's no way Seattle's putting up 40 points on us. It's just not fucking happening.
I think the defense can hold. It just got gassed against Kansas City, and Mahomes got his. You know what I mean? He is who he is. He's already a Hall of Fame quarterback. I mean, yeah, I get that. There's more chance of us staying sober in Spain than us winning this game. All right, Burrows. We love you.
You ready to run through some other NFL games real quick?
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's. And now it's not going to be as fancy as Mr. John Taman, but
we haven't got the fancy graphics, and we're all technophobes. So
we're gonna run through these games just real quick. We're gonna be a lot faster than we normally are, and then we'll predict our final scores for the Washington game. All right, so we have Falcons at the Pats. Pats are favored by 5.5. Over under 45.5. The penis is back under center, but Pats are, I like Drake May. Give me the Pats.
Me too. Yeah, absolutely. Me too. I'm not sure about that line though. 5.5 is.
Yeah, it's a little much.
Yeah. If it was 3, I'd probably want to take that. But yeah.
All right, Carolina, Green Bay.
This is a ridiculous line. And I think this is because they don't think that they weren't thinking that Bryce Young was going to go, and he is playing.
He is going to go? Okay, I'd take Carolina to cover. I still got Green Bay in the win now.
Yeah, so have I. Absolutely the same.
All right, Denver at Houston.
Funny line, this.
Yeah, Houston surprised us last week. But I think Denver's going to win this game. I do.
Same. Yeah, exactly the same. Don't disagree with you. We're all going the same way here. There's got to be one of us on a different side somewhere.
You two can take Tennessee here, but
no chance.
Just kidding. No all right, the Chargers at the Titans. Chargers are favored by 9.5. Over under 43.5. Chargers will win and most likely cover.
I think so too. Yeah, I really do think they so too.
All right. Fun fact: this game, Joe Flacco is injured. He's questionable. He might not play.
Said he's playing today.
He said he's playing. Then I'm going to take Cincinnati. Fuck the Bears.
I'm going to take Cincinnati as well. That's where I was going. I was thinking you won't take Cincinnati here.
Fuck the Bears. Fuck the Bears. All right. This is an interesting game right here. Indy
Very interesting
at Pittsburgh. Pitt is a home dog. Indy's flying high. They are the number one team, DVOA, but still, I am not a Danny Dimes believer. I am going to take Indy to win though.
I'm going to take Indy to win, but get all your money on a Jonathan Taylor touchdown here. He's got 3. If he scores
3
2
last week, didn't he?
3 last week, 3 the week before, 3 the week before. If he scores 3 this week, it's a franchise record. If he gets 2, it's a franchise record in that amount of games. Wow. I think he's going to have an amazing game. So get your money on Indy and
it's going to be a good game. Yeah,
it's going to be a very good game. Very good game.
All right, we have the Niners at the Giants. I'm kind of surprised this line's not bigger. I figure the Niners would be at least 4. They are on the road coming across country, but still give me the Niners to win. Scatterbo, nasty injury. Nasty injury. Yeah,
terrible injury, and I'm glad he's okay. You never want to see that in any player, no matter who they play for. Give me CMC and them 49ers. Fuck the Giants.
Fuck Andy Burrows. Get that shit off of there. All right. All right. Vikings at Detroit. Detroit's favored by 8.5. Under is 48.5. Vikings, man, they're still regretting. They're regretting Sam Darnold, getting rid of Sam Darnold. We talked about that a little bit earlier. Detroit's going to win. I'm not sure about the 8.5 though. Vikings still got a good defense, but give me Detroit.
Detroit as well. I think they'll cover that 8.5, but I would go under the 48.5.
All right, Saints at the Rams. Rams are favored by 14.5. Tyler Slow, or however you say his name, is now the new starter for the rest of the year for the New Orleans Saints. It's not going to help them one bit because the Rams are going to roll them. Again, stay away from that line.
Agreed. I'll stay away from the line, but Rams are going to, most likely cover that.
All right, the Jags at Las Vegas. The Jags are only favored by 2.5. Vegas is a mess. Is Brock Bowers playing?
Not sure, but obviously Geno Smith is playing, so that's an automatic interception for the Jags. So, give me the Jags. He's been terrible this year, and they're not going to do very much there.
Yes, you're correct. All right. All right, Kansas City
straying off topic there like that.
Yeah, Kansas City. This game of the week right here.
100%.
This is going to be a good game. These teams, non-division, have met like twice every year in the past 5 years, which is crazy. Mm-hmm. So they've played each other in the regular season every year and in the playoffs for I think 5 or 7 years or something like that.
It's mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're always great games as well. So
yeah.
I mean, do you want to back against Mahomes or are we saying Josh Allen? I mean, James Cook is on absolute fire at the minute. Give me the Bills at home.
I like the Bills too at home. I do. If this was in Kansas City, I'd take Kansas City. But it's not in Kansas City, so I'm taking the Bills. All right, the Monday night showdown, we have the Cardinals at Dallas. Dallas is only favored by 3.5 because they have no defense whatsoever.
Kyler Murray's playing as well for the Cardinals. Not that makes a difference. I think the Cowboys are going to win this.
I take the over. Fuck off. You get one of these.
Just throwing out a bag of dicks to everybody.
You good. You were a dick. You were a dick. All right. All right. Game we've all been waiting for. Seattle
Absolutely.
at Commanders. Commanders are home dogs at 3. Over under 48.5. This is a must-win game against the Commanders. The backs are against the wall. We haven't seen Jaden with his back against the wall. I bet he's going to come out with a chip on his shoulder and really show us. I think the defense just might disappoint us just a little bit. I'm going 27-24 Seattle.
I've gone the other way, 27-24 Commanders. Right. And look, and I didn't just write it down, 27-24.
Nice.
So
well, we'll see. I hope it goes your way.
We take the over as well. So yeah,
come on, man.
It hits the over.
Come on, Peter.
It's 10 points more than last week.
No.
But I think Jaden's worth. I think from last week's performance, we could have easily had Jaden been in there, at least had another 10 points going into the half.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I do too. I want to get a little bit more on Adrian's email before we go, and I think we're going to pick up a little bit more of this, Adrian, on Tuesday when John's back, because you covered a lot, but I want to talk about this. Where was it at? Baltimore, on the bait and switch on Lamar Jackson's status last week. Is sports betting starting to have effect on football, or did Baltimore know they would destroy Chicago and it was a bit of a gamesmanship and probing?
It's the script, Jesse. It's all written already. That's why we're shit this year, because it's all very. I think betting has an issue in sport, no matter which sport you follow. I think it has a real issue in sport. I don't think any games are fixed. I think that's highly impossible that you're going to ask 1,000 athletes and players and staff and everybody else to fix a game. I don't think that's ever going to happen. But we've seen professional sport fixed in ways in some sports, but I think betting does have a huge impact on the game as it stands at the moment. And I think the Ravens will be lucky not to get reprimanded for that. You know what I mean? I really do.
That's what he says. As for writing his punishment for Baltimore is yet, but undoubtedly there will be a fine or something or more coming. What is a fair punishment for teams doing this in the future? It needs to be more clear as far as injuries, because people do put money on these games. I mean, and lots of money. So I'm sure there's going to be something coming around where they'll do an investigation or whatever, or maybe they've already done. But I haven't delved into a lot of sports this week, because when we lose, I just don't even fucking want. I just don't even. I don't care. I concentrate on other things. Is switching just a bit. Let me on
that though, I will say gamble responsibly. Don't go outside your means.
Yeah.
And if you're listening to us gambling and talking about what we want and what we're picking, you're an idiot.
Yeah. James asked, what risk do you think there is of Jaden risking injuring himself again with his current injury? Do you think he'll be hampered by the hamstring? I think he's fine. These players get injected if they're hurt. They want to be out on the field. I don't think a slight pull, which it's what it was. He said he could have played last week. Is really going to affect much. I really don't think.
I hope it doesn't affect him, but you've got to be careful, especially if you're asking him to take this game on his back and run and be outside the pocket for a lot of the game, which we expect is going to happen because we can't get this run game going. It's going to be tough because he's already banged up with a knee. Then he's come back from the knee injury. Now he's got a hamstring injury on the other leg. It's like, come on, bro. We don't want to risk the merchandise, but at the same time, you've got to win, and it's something you need to do. So we need him out there. So,
yeah. Adrian, I'm not ignoring the rest of your email, but I just want everybody. I want the whole panel here to talk about the other things that you had mentioned. It's some good stuff. We just, we just get. and erase week with month. How about that? Let's just do that. Sound fair?
About that, yeah. I mean, I'm looking at this. Scott G said there it's because Jaden's ego's out of control. I mean, is it? I don't think so. We know he knows he's the QB1 of this team. He knows he's the future.
I think or he could be talking about me. My ego is out of control. I don't know. Maybe. I don't have an ego. I don't think I do. Maybe I do. Fuck it. Fuck y'all. Yeah, it's been a.
Oh, you mean Jesse's ego? Right. Yeah. Okay, I'm with you, Scott G.
I thought he might have been talking about me. And let's see, Scott G gets.
Everyone's getting a dick today. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It's been like this season has been
tough.
It's tough, and sometimes we have to go through this. The good teams go through this too, and I truly believe we are going in the right direction. I truly believe that we do have the right quarterback. The quarterback of the future. And we also need to believe that, this team wasn't set up for success from previous regimes. And it is going to take a little bit of time to really, really, hammer down and to build a contender that's going to last year in, year out. Let's see, Max Scherzer. Bang is in Toronto right now.
He's away with family.
He had to take care of, but he will be back on Tuesday. I promise. He was on just a little while ago. Oh, as Scott says. So,
Boris says this is the worst OnlyFans ever. I want a refund. It has been a while since
Boris, you can get a private show when we go to Spain. How about that?
Wow, that's an offer you can't refuse. Dear me. Mate,
what else? What else we got on the agenda?
That is pretty much it. I mean, as you said, it's humbling. It's humbling this season because you all look back at it and say, well, I thought we were ahead of where we were. Probably Adam Peters thought we were ahead of where we were by making them moves he did.
We very well could be ahead of where we were if it wasn't for all the injuries. I mean, it started in week 2, man. Wise goes down, and then Terry goes down, and Eckler goes down, and just one
Harris,
big starter after the other, and you just can't. You can't hang on, man. It just happens. It happens.
It does indeed. It does. But yeah, I mean, enjoy the game when you go, and obviously, if you want tickets for the Lions game, please go and give Jesse a shout. He's got some good tickets for sale. That's to anyone who's joined the chat late. Please DM him. I believe we may have a ticket as well for the Lions game. Speak to the Bunker Podcast on your right, who's in the chat with you now, or Washington UK fan, which is Andy Burrows. It's going to be tough. I don't want to be staring 3-7 down the barrel. That's not where I want to be. But
Andy says,
thinking draft. Jesus.
I mean, you got to start preparing for it. I hate to say it, halfway through the season, but I think there's an opportunity to stock up on some draft picks by unloading some players. Terry McLaurin, Daron Payne. Get what you can for him. Maybe you get a fourth, possibly a third for Terry, possibly a fourth for Daron Payne, and we need those picks. We need to get younger.
Noah is one that's potentially going to go. There's talk of obviously Marshawn Lattimore going to Chicago.
I mean, get whatever you can. Throw us a 6 for him.
Yeah, and I mean,
we can't get younger if we don't have picks, and right now we don't have very many of them. So get what you can. All right, boys. It is time to go. Under an hour on a Friday. Look at that, man.
Crazy.
That
efficiency.
That is why Jeff, the world's best podcast host. Scott can go to sleep at a humane hour today.
Yeah, James says he saw we were looking at Chubb. The only thing that's looking at a Chubb is Andy Burrows in Spain.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
Exactly.
All right. Well, all right. John Taman is now getting into my head because I don't know where all this shit is at.
Technical difficulties.
Where is it at?
Thanks everybody in the chat for being here. We appreciate you being on with us. Don't forget to press that like button and the subscribe button, and we'll be back on Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay, so we got Detroit after.
Yeah, weeks. Yeah, we have. Yeah, then it's Madrid. Yeah,
then we have Madrid and
Dolphins.
I will be doing a daily vlog for Madrid, and
God help the world.
I'm kind of scared about that, and yeah, that is.
You ain't gonna get much of your travel journey from the States. You're literally gonna be sleeping the whole way.
Pretty much. I don't know where the fucking outro music is. I've been looking for it for like 5 minutes and I can't fucking find it.
Don't worry about it, dude.
Yeah. All right. We're out. See y'all Tuesday.
See you Tuesday.